Hello, I'm Perry Williams with Kingdom Now Ministries International. You are watching It's All About the Kingdom. I am quite excited. This Saturday, we will be conducting our first virtual Healing and Wholeness School. I do want to let you know that seats are filling up fast. I can say this, there's more than 10 people so far. And I don't know where I'm going to cut it off at. I just have to discern, but I would advise you to get in contact with us as soon as possible if you're interested. Well, first, let me just talk a little bit about the school. The school is initially it was a quarterly course, but now that we are going to stay on the course of doing monthly, it's going to be a course that will be held, or a class that will be held once every month, the first Saturday of every month. So, of course, February 1st will be the first one, followed by March 1st, which is also a Saturday. And what we will be covering is kingdom identity on this Saturday. Kingdom identity, knowing who you are, what your assignment is in the earth. All of those things are important when it comes to operating in the office of a healer, or even just healing without even being assigned to that particular office. The next session will focus on, it's two-pronged, Holy Spirit and faith. Once we get our identity together, we begin to know more about Holy Spirit, how he functions in our life, how we partner with him. All of those things will start to fall in place. And the third session will be a focus on wholeness. Wholeness, it's a dimension where it's a radical change that takes place in your life. When I say radical, I can use the example of the woman who once had the issue of blood. The woman who once had the issue of blood had more than the issue of blood as a concern. She also spent all her money. So she was dealing with lack or poverty. She spent all her money with the doctors trying to get better, and her condition got worse. And third, she was designated as a person that needed to be isolated, who had to be quarantined away from everyone. That was the role of a person who had an issue of blood, according to the Old Testament. And when you're in that situation, I can best believe that you are feeling depressed because you're not being accepted by society. You're not being embraced. So let's fast forward. When Jesus told the woman that you have been made whole, that meant that not just the issue of blood, but also her condition of being in lack was resolved. And also her state of being depressed or having emotional challenges because of her status, her condition, or what she was diagnosed with. Now, all those things were resolved. If you don't think so, what does being made whole mean? That means complete, nothing broken, nothing missing. All of those issues were resolved. She was made whole. All right. Now, and the final teaching that we'll be doing in the fourth month will be, that would be April, yes, would be the supernatural. The supernatural. You have to believe in the supernatural to even have an idea of healing. If you Believe in the supernatural, you believe in healing. Take it from a guy who grew up in the church, didn't see any miracles. I read about them in the Bible, but because I had that passion to see, God allowed me to see people get blessed in their health conditions, see people walk when they weren't able to walk, or even walk without pain when they had bone on bone friction taking place. I had a chance to see all these things. I've seen people where cysts were on their neck or on their bodies that came off. I've been able to see, oh my gosh, there's so many different things that I'm not going to say I didn't believe it could happen. I just didn't know. I didn't see. And now God has given me some practical methods and along with some principles that can show you and help you to know a lot more about healing than you probably know. Even this week has been interesting. As we're getting closer to Saturday, I heard the Lord say, there were two things that stood out. The Holy Spirit said, do you know that when a person transitions, sometimes that's healing? And before I could say how so, he says that their body could be, and we're talking about believers now, their body could be in so much pain that when they transition out of that body, they take on a heavenly body where you don't have pain, where you don't have any of those symptoms that come along with being diagnosed with some type of terminal illness. Okay. The second thing that I heard was, and this was kind of personal, one day last week, actually it was this day last week, and that's why I didn't go on, because I was getting my health together. I will never say I'm sick, because I know the power of words. I will never say I'm sick. I don't even call in sick. If you look at my record. Now, I do have words that I've chosen to use in the event that I do. And those words are, I'm not feeling my best today. I refuse to use that term, sickness or sick. So anyway, this is what I heard. So I had a scratchy throat. I had a bad cough. My nose was running. What do people normally say when that happens? I think I'm coming down with a cold. I think I'm coming down with, and the Holy Spirit stopped me in my tracks. He says, you have symptoms. You don't have the actual sickness or illness. Did you hear that? You have symptoms. So what I'm hearing in this is how I received it. The kingdom of darkness wants you to believe that you're coming down with something. It's a deceptive way to get you to declare that you're sick. And when you do, guess what? It happens. And this is this, and here's my secret. Once I understood that I was dealing with, let me change that, because there was no bargaining session. I'm not going to use the term dealing. Once I determined that I was confronting symptoms, I began to treat the symptoms. How did I treat the symptoms? Thank God for my wife, who's into alternative medicines and essential oils. I went ahead, got some lemons, used some salt, made some concoctions with that, got some doTERRA, all natural throat drops, and I was back on track. Matter of fact, my voice on this particular day last week was very hoarse. I don't even know how I got on the air and was able to do my job. Fortunately, it happened after I got off the air. And once again, once I treated the symptom or symptoms, I got better. I improved. Then, of course, my mindset was, I'm not getting a cold. I didn't even think about a cold. I'm thinking about, these are symptoms. I got to deal with these. I got to confront these symptoms. So I went around sharing that with people because I wanted them to know that the power of the spoken word is real. The power of the spoken word is real, because there are people that are saying my diabetes. Matter of fact, I read a friend of mine who's on Facebook said that he and his wife are getting over a situation where my sinuses were acting up. Well, I'm learning, and others probably have to learn too, that you can't claim a disease, or you shouldn't claim a disease, because when you make it yours, that gives license to the kingdom of darkness. You know, some people say the devil, but I say the kingdom of darkness because it's a system. It's a system. Just like the kingdom of heaven is a system, the kingdom of darkness is a system that operates on deception. Yeah, and gets you to believe that right is wrong and wrong is right. Yeah. So anyway, so the school begins this Saturday at 10 a.m. on Zoom. And if you are interested, there's still a few seats left. You can reach me. I did post my email right here on the screen if you're viewing. And it is my name, Perry Williams, 3377 at yahoo.com, or at Yahoo, as some people would say. Perry Williams, 3377 at Yahoo. Other things you need to know about the school. Once you complete it successfully, which means you've showed up to all 4 sessions, you will get a certificate of completion. The course is free. We do receive or accept any type of donation. That would be great, because we also want to take the course on the road. In other words, outside of the virtual world into the in-person world. I believe the more people that are capable of healing, much better off we would be. There are three types of people that I believe this class is going to attract. It's going to be those who want to be healed. It's going to also include those who believe that they can heal, but they have not been nurtured. And third, there are those who are just curious. They probably were in the state of mind I was when I have never seen anyone receive any type of physical or emotional breakthrough. And when I did, it was like, wow. See, I grew up thinking that Benny Hinn was the only person that was healing people. I thought that gift was just for him. But later, as I grew older or more mature, he operated in the office of healing. But I'm also learning from Holy Spirit that you don't have to be designated as a healer to heal. And I found that out this way. I wanted to only make the course for people who believe that they could heal. I heard a flat no from Holy Spirit. He says it's for everyone. So that's what I'm going to do. Make it available to all who are interested and take it from there. But I'm quite excited. I'm looking forward to it. I've already heard some things that the Lord wants to heal people from. There are people who probably have gained weight and want to lose weight. He wants to help people with that. And then also, probably more importantly to me, from what I'm hearing, there are those who need to gain weight. And what I mean by that, there have been people who experience traumatic instances where, because of some sickness, they lost a lot of weight. And the Holy Spirit can put you on a path to restoring your weight, your not natural weight, but the weight where you should be at that particular time of your life, or according to your body structure, things of that sort. So that's just one of the things. I believe I'm also hearing about people who have bad knees. I've even heard there's going to be some creative miracles where people who don't have cartilage is going to be formed in the knee. Also shoulders and things of that sort. And that's what I'm hearing. Who knows? It could be more by Saturday. But I encourage you to reach out. Email me. If you just simply say I'm interested, I can shoot the Zoom link to you for Saturday at 10 a.m. And we'll get that session going. I'm trying to make sure I covered all the bases. I'm just looking forward to teaching on kingdom identity. Some of us don't know who we are. Some of us declare that we're living our best life, but we don't know the assignment that God has given us so that we can truly live our best life. So what your assignment is in the earth, some people know it. Some people don't. Some people don't have a clue. Or even some people know it, but they really haven't had a mentor that can show them what they need to do and how they need to do it. I'll tell you, the biggest mentor is going to be Holy Spirit, because he knows all. And this is from my experience. He knows all. He will show you what to do and what not to do, and when to do it and when not to do it. This is another principle I heard, and it was a mantra that Jesus declared. He said, I do nothing unless the Father tells me. We take on that same mantra when we say, I do nothing unless the Holy Spirit tells me. Because some people may want you to go and heal a person, but you need to get direction from Holy Spirit. Now, the sons of Sceva were trying to cast out a demon in the Bible, but they didn't get instruction. You know how I know that? When the demon spoke back and said, Paul, I know. Peter, I know. I don't know you. And that's when they commenced to torment him. So there are some things that we need to know before we delve into doing God's work. Even if it's just for a moment or because it's your assignment in the earth as a healer, we still have to be led by the Spirit. We have to be led by the Spirit. All right, everybody, once and for all, I'm going to, you probably won't see me again until Saturday, those that are taking part in the course. We got people from Kenya, some people in the Kansas City area where Veronica and I once lived, and the Chicago area where we're situated. So we got quite a few people that are going to join us, and I'm excited about it. I look forward to teaching, releasing principles, and not only that, but demonstrating the power of God as well. This school would not be the school that is designated to be unless the Spirit of God moved and caused people to experience breakthrough in their life. So with that said, the email again, if you're interested in the Healing and Wholeness School, which starts at 10 a.m. Saturday on Zoom, here's my email, Perry Williams, my first and last name, 3377 at Yahoo. Just simply say you're interested. I'll make sure that you get my Zoom link. All right. Everyone have a great night. Let wholeness have its perfect way.